And we're live.
Thank you.
Just announcing to the world.
Oh, goodness. Good morning, you guys. It's
Morning.
another Wednesday, another tip, another day. You with us, Jace?
I am here. I am
Oh, okay.
tagging a few people that were wanting
Yes. A
to
couple
know.
folks had been wanting to know when we're live. It's every Wednesday at 8-ish a.m. Central Standard Time. And yes, the replays are in the group that you can go back and watch them. So we'll tag you and show you how to find those. If you're watching, drop a hey, let us know that you're here so we can make sure this is working good. And then we'll go ahead and get started. This one's going to be super quick. This is a really easy thing that we find all the time. And hey, guys, um, it's an easy mistake to make simply when it's misunderstood. It's something that I guess no one really talks about what it is. And so the feature gets misused often. And what we're talking about, um, hey guys, I see all the hands popping up. Thank you so much for letting us know that you're here and that everything is working correctly. We're going to be talking about like your H1, H2, H3, specifically on your Carrot platform, because this is something that gets missed often. So, fun thing about H1, H2, H3, etc., is when you change it on your website, it changes the font, it changes the size, it changes if it's bold. And a lot of people are using that feature, that space in your website, putting your information in there for that exact reason. So H1 is usually big and bold towards the top, and then it gets a little bit smaller. The sizes change, the fonts change, the boldness changes, etc. So when people are changing their Carrot sites and they're wanting to have like a bold section and then a small section and then a bold section and a small section or a bigger font, they're putting the text in those sections. Well, here's the problem with that. And Jace, if I get some of this technical a little bit off, just let me know. Those H1, H2, H3, etc., those are actually spaces that are meant to communicate to Google what your page is about. Do you want to explain a little bit more the technical of H1, H2, H3, etc.?
Uh,
How Google looks at it?
sure. So like you have a couple things on every web page, right? You have the page title. Well, actually, first you have the URL of the page. Okay. Then you have the page title, and then you have your H1 on your page, which is heading one. Okay. Um, in terms of what is most important as far as SEO is concerned, it starts with the URL of the page, and then the page title of the page, and then it's the H1. Okay, as far as the importance. All right. So your H1 is super duper important to have correct. And currently in your Carrot account, okay, the way that they have it set up, and this isn't just Carrot, it happens with a lot of different regular WordPress websites. Okay. Um, a lot of people change the font size based on that, and we'll show you why, and you'll understand once I show you. But you can really mess up your SEO if you're using this to change your font size. All right, because then you're going to have like 100 different H1s on your page, which you only want one H1 on your page. You can have multiple H2s and H3s and H4s, H5s, H6s, but you only want one H1 to really tell Google what your page is about.
Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, when it comes to platforms like Carrot, people find little workarounds, such as utilizing those different sections again to bold or to make bigger features, things that you want to stand out on your site. But did you know that Carrot actually has a feature that you can request to where you can actually change your font sizes and do different things there without having to abuse your H1, H2, H3 positions? That's what we want to show you today. We want you to understand why you shouldn't over abuse H1, H2, H3, etc., and how to go ahead and get requested to Carrot to have the actual feature turned on so that you can adjust your fonts and sizes without having to misuse those spaces. Maestro, that's all you. Show them. Show them what you got.
All right. So let me share my screen here and show you. Okay. So we have your typical Carrot website. This is just a little test account that I just opened up. And actually, let me zoom in here. Okay. So if we come on down here to the page and we click on, this is like I don't know, the heading of the page right now. If we click on this, when you do that, you will see right here, it says H2. Okay, so this is the H2 on the page. Actually, up here in the hero section is the H1. Okay, now remember, we only want one H1 on the page. Now let's go look at this page as is before we do anything. Okay, so we're going to use this handy dandy SEO Chrome extension called SEO Minion. Everybody should have this installed.
Real
Analyze
quick,
on.
tell them what it is and why. How do they get it?
It's just a Chrome extension, and you can instantly find, as you can see, once you click on it, you can analyze on-page SEO, highlight links, check broken links. There's a lot of different stuff that you can do. I'm going to use it today and show you. I mean, as soon as I do it, you can see the URL, you're going to see the title, the description, if it is set to no index or if it's indexed, no follow. So very quick things that you can see. What we're looking at today is the H1s here, or not the H1s, but all the headings. So we can see all the headings on the page. Okay. So we can see the H1s, the 2s, 3s, 4s, everything that's on the page. Now, as you can see, the H1 for this page is We Buy Houses in Fast. Now, it should say a city, but I took the city out of this test site. Okay. And then you have a bunch of H2s. Now, if we go back over here to edit this, okay, well, let's say we don't want the H1 up here, okay? We want it down here. Now, your options right now is you click on this and you click on H1, okay? Now, the thing is, we're talking about font size here. Not everybody wants to run these typical font sizes. Okay, I find that Carrot websites stock out of the box, the font size is kind of small. Okay, so there's some ways around that. You can play with CSS and stuff like that, but that's not the easiest thing in the world. Okay, so what if you want this to be bigger? Okay, right now you do not have an option for that. Okay, if you come over here to font size, you will see small, normal, large, and larger. Okay, but let's say we click on larger. We want it bigger. Go smaller. Okay, that's because the default size of an H1, the default size is actually bigger than what they have here set inside larger, which doesn't really make sense, but that's how it is. Okay, so how do you get it bigger? Well, right now you have to go into the code, okay, and change it. All right, nobody knows code. Very few people know code. I don't even know code. I hate messing with code, so it's not easy to do. All right. And a lot of you guys will set this as an H1 just so it's bigger. And then you'll come on down here, which this is typically an H2, but you're like, I want this bigger too. So you'll click this as an H1, right? And then you'll come down here and you want this bigger too. This is actually an H3, but you want it bigger. So you make this an H1. And now you have 3 H1s on your page, which is throwing off your SEO. All right. So you can't do that. All right. When we do audits, when we take on new clients, we see this all the time. Okay. All the on-page SEO is just screwed up beyond belief because this is the only way to change the font size. Okay. So what you need to do, well, let me show you what it does first. Okay. Let's pull open this window. Okay. So if we open up this window, I have this account set up so it does it. So if we come on down here and let's say we want this bigger, all right, it's already set as an H1, all right, but maybe we want it bigger. Once you have this feature unlocked, okay, you can come over here and you're going to have this custom section. All right, now I can simply just enter in what size font I want and change it.
Yeah. So really quick, someone asked, is it bad to have everything H1 on a page? Yes. So that is very confusing to Google as far as trying to give them too much information at one time as to what you're looking for. So what should be in your H1 should be as condensed and precise as possible to tell them what it is that you're looking for.
Correct. Yeah, and guys, this is very, very simple to have unlocked on your account. I honestly do not know why Carrot doesn't have it as a normal feature that's just readily available. So all you have to do is, I made this real quick, start a chat with Carrot support. Okay, they open in about an hour and a half or so. All right, and just ask them to turn on your font size selector feature. Okay, that's it. All right. You just start a Carrot support chat with them. Ask them to turn that on, and they will turn on. It takes all of like 5 seconds to do. Okay. So very, very simple, but this will help you guys not screw up your SEO when you're trying to change all these different font sizes. You can click on just about anything, come in here and, change different fonts. Okay. So you can really play around with it and change all the different sections of your site.
So one of the biggest things that we keep preaching is customizing your website. Going in, changing out the content from the stock content, making it a little bit more personalized. While you're getting ready to do it, just go ahead while you're in your site, request this feature to be turned on. And as you're writing things about yourself and your local market, etc., changing out some of those words, talking about local jargon, go ahead and utilize this feature to make your site a little bit more specific to you, to call out the things that are important in your local market and who you are, and add a little pizzazz to your website, doing it the right way. I know it seems so silly, and no one ever really talks about H1, H2, H3, etc., or explains what the feature is or how Google recognizes it. But this is something that definitely can really, really hurt you. So now you know the tips and tricks. We're going to keep this one super short today. Your takeaway action for this week to be entered in the press release giveaway for next week that we'll do live is to request the font feature to be turned on in your Carrot site. So if you message Carrot and ask to have that text changing feature turned on, just drop a comment below that you've done that action item, and we will get you entered in that giveaway. For those of you that are new or just catching us live for the first time, we give away a press release every week to someone who has taken action on their business doing whatever action item we bring up in this live. So, press release is a professionally written article about your business. It's about whatever topic you want. It could be a new hire, a new local market that you're in, a project that you just did, etc. And it gets syndicated out, which just means sent out to all of the strong local news stations, which builds great authority in the eyes of Google. And it also gives you the opportunity to legitimately put a banner on your website that says you've been featured on these different platforms. So we give one of those away every single week. So once you have it done, I see a couple people popping in saying that they've already completed this, which is awesome. We love taking action while it's live and in front of us. Once you get that font changing feature, size changing feature, bold, all the cool things turned on by Carrot, drop a comment, let us know, and you'll be entered to win. Pretty easy, guys. Little easy things, little tiny things every single week that add up to make a big impact on your business. Jace, you got anything else?
No, I mean, yeah, this is a very, very easy thing. It takes 5 seconds to talk to Carrot support once they open, and get it turned on, because it will make your life a lot easier when you're trying to change these font sizes. It's super annoying right now, and you're not going to screw up all of your heading tags. So get it done, super easy.
And if you have any questions, guys, just drop us a comment. We can message you, we can film videos for you, whatever you need. Don't let any technological struggles keep you from moving things forward. We're here to help you guys in whatever capacity we can. So just reach out. We've got you, okay?
Yeah, whether you're watching this live or a replay later in the day, just leave a comment on the video. We'll go back and we'll answer anything. So,
Yep, that's perfect. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you next week.
see you.